Thanks for joining me here, guys. We have had an incredible day already. And the main topic that we talked about is making menstrual cycle data interoperable. Or in other words, making sure that clinicians have menstrual cycle data available in their workflows and in their daily work. Can you please explain to me why that actually matters? Maybe Chris, you go first.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you for the question. Menstrual cycle data matters because it's a vital sign. In the same way that we would all appreciate that our heart rate is a vital sign, our breathing rate is a vital sign, the menstrual pattern is a vital sign. The American College of OBGYNs, they state this very clearly. And so its importance cannot be overstated as a way that we think about overall health and well-being for people who menstruate.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's so foundational to everything in women's health. And that's not just for us as OB-GYNs. It's for the family doctors. We had a psychiatrist stand up in the session and say, actually, it's important for me and like the care I provide for patients too. I think the best moment though is we had a patient stand up and say, this is what my experience is and this is why it's important. And like that was much more powerful than what we articulated.
So, and maybe can you also explain, like, do you have this data available at this moment? Like, how do you do your jobs now when looking at that data?
Yeah, I think the short answer is we don't have that data right now. If you are my patient and we are sitting in clinic, the most common scenario is I'm going to say, show me the app that you have, and we're going to be staring at a tiny screen instead of interacting with each other. So right now, that data is mostly trapped on people's phones.
Yeah, 100%. Like the only data I have is what the patient can tell me or what they can show me on their phone. What they can show me on their phone is often very simple, but even in its simplicity, it is so powerful to see a pattern and a time.
And why is it not just enough to bring the phone and look at the phone?
I think in order for us to realize like the full value proposition that this data is or any health data is, it needs to exist in context with all the other health data. The fascinating thing is now that we see people tracking their menstrual history in an app is they'll track other symptoms that you would not normally think are associated with it or with it. And you start to see patterns and relationships between things that you wouldn't have considered before.
So, and just mentioning, I'm a passionate advocate of this, so I'm not meaning to say that it is enough to have it in an app, but it's an answer that I get sometimes from people who are questioning what I'm doing, but I'm really voting to do this. So we had this as a topic at DevDays. We had some really inspiring sessions and engaging sessions with people helping us to understand what, from an interoperability perspective, we need to do to make this happen. So what did you take away from today, or what did you learn today?
So this is my first time at DevDays. I think part of what I took away is just how much work and thoughtfulness there is behind an interface that I sit at the computer and just type into. And it's so impressive how much thought and intention and consideration goes into a very complex system. So I come away like one with a sense of awe at the work that happens here. And then two, I come away with a perspective that many people showed up to have a conversation, not only about the importance of menstrual cycle data, but about how they could show up in solving the problem of how do we get menstrual cycle data that belongs to the patient in front of their caretakers.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway I took from this is like making health data interoperable isn't a technical challenge. It's a human being challenge because we have a bunch of human beings in that room who are interoperating together, coming from across all sorts of different domains with different expertise and different lenses. And we're going to walk away from this session and keep building on that. And it's only because those people working are going to work together that we will make the data interoperable.
Thanks a lot, guys. And for anyone who is watching this video, I'm looking at the camera now. If you want to help, shoot me a message.
Thank you.
Thank you.